Welcome to the Vision and Purpose podcast, where we dive deep into the lives of incredible people who have made a mark on the world. Join us as we explore the journeys, stories, and passions of individuals who have achieved extraordinary feats, shattered barriers, and inspired us all. And now your host, Dr. Sharon H. Porter. Hello and welcome to the Vision and Purpose podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Sharon H. Porter, and today I am thrilled to introduce you to the incredible, talented Thati J. She is the newest voice joining our team with her poetry column, Thati's Testimonies. Thati, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We are truly excited to have you here and be able to get to know your journey from pediatric nursing to becoming the powerful storyteller that you are today. You've had such a fascinating transition from what I guess many would probably say is a dream job,
Yes.
But you started to embrace your passion, and I love that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So let's start there. Let's start with your journey. What sparked the transition from being a pediatric nurse practitioner to embracing your passion for storytelling and poetry?
So I always start off with saying I'm Haitian. And to many people, they're like, why do you tell me that? What does that have to do with this question? But in terms of culture, my parents both immigrated from Haiti. So a lot of us, they only know doctor, nurse, lawyer, engineer just got added to the mix. So it was very limited areas of success in their view. So a lot of that, it's like when you're growing up, you only hear these choices. So only hearing these choices, I was just like, nursing, duh. Like, not that I didn't have a choice, but that's really all I knew. Their view was my view. So I went into nursing. Was very tough, but I had the skill set for it, thank God. So it wasn't just like, I'm doing this because my parents told me, but I was like, oh wait, I can actually do this. So got into nursing, furthered my education, became pediatric nurse practitioner. I always used to write when I was like around 13, 14, but that kind of just fell off because I don't really think I was, there was nothing there to really nourish that talent. It was just something that I did and then I stopped. It wasn't until 2020 I was experiencing like a 3-day panic attack, anxiety attack out of nowhere. Till this day, I don't know what really triggered it. But the only thing that helped me get through that was writing. And I was like, this is weird. I haven't written in so many years, but yet feels like something that I need to do. And from there, I literally just never stopped. And then that was back in 2020. And then in 2021, I got into performing poetry. And here we are, 2025. And now I have this wonderful opportunity. So it's just been growing. And although it came out of something that was mentally hard and challenging, came out of a panic attack, but it turned into something so beautiful.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Amazing. Oh, my goodness. And then Thati's Testimonies. That's really such a powerful name for your column. What's the inspiration behind that, and what can readers expect once they read your column?
That is a great question. So my name is WithThatiana, but everyone calls me Thati. So Thati's where that comes from. Testimonies, I just felt like my poetry, my words, my art, these are my testimonies. A lot of them are based off of my personal experiences, or in the sense of like maybe not something I went through personally, but as a Black woman, this is something that we go through. So I take a lot of my own experiences of those who look like me, and turn those into words and turn those into testimony. So, and I love like alliteration. I love T and T. I like when words go together. So Thati's Testimonies just flowed perfectly. And like I said, although they are mostly based off of my experiences, I think readers can expect to be able to see a little piece of themselves too. Although I am a Black woman, I'm first generation, I'm Haitian, you don't have to be any of those things to be able to relate to my pieces. And whether it doesn't, impact you directly, there's someone in your life that these words can truly touch, or that makes you think of your sister, your mother, your brother, your uncle. So my words are truly for everybody. Although it's Thati's Testimonies, these testimonies are for everyone.
I love it. I do. Oh my goodness. Now your bio mentions your love for vulnerability. Wow. How does that translate into your writing, and why do you feel that it's important?
I always say my biggest strength is my vulnerability. Although I would say when I was younger, I was a little bit more insecure, didn't really, let my full personality shine. But I think that also goes to when you're young, you don't really know yourself. But in my 20s, the older I got, I definitely stepped into who I was, definitely stepped into my womanhood. Um, and I think sharing certain aspects, like even in my poetry, I talk about what it's like growing up overweight and the reality of that and being a Black woman. And I've had people when I was a kid call me pregnant and things like that. And I literally have put that into art. And I've had women come up to me that touched my inner child. I needed to hear that. So, and that's not something everyone is comfortable talking about. And that's just one aspect of vulnerability. But vulnerability is not necessarily for everyone to be able to share to other people that they don't know. But for me, knowing that something I went through and being able to express it in this way is helping someone else, that is the biggest gift I get from that. And I can't do that authentically if I'm not vulnerable.
I love it. I love it. Now, you've mentioned Haitian several times, and by being Haitian American and raised in Boston,
Yes.
must have shaped your perspective on everything, on life, just on everything. How do your cultural experiences influence your poetry and your storytelling?
So yes, definitely has impacted my experience a lot, especially where I grew up. To anyone who's from Boston, I grew up in Hyde Park, Mattapan area for 26 years. That is like Haitian Central. So that impacted me a lot. One thing I would say it's impacted me in terms of like, even when I have certain pieces that are strictly related to my culture. And I've been able to perform those at fundraisers specifically for the Haitian community. Especially right now with everything going on with politics, I've been able to create a poem that literally just says, I know what's going on, but I welcome you. I welcome you to this culture. I welcome you to this country. I welcome you into my life. Although it may look like you're not wanted, I want you. And I think just the resilience of my people, the resilience of my culture. And honestly, the Haitian culture is filled with a lot of artistic traits that many people don't know, whether it's poetry or art or any other for music, especially. Like, we are a very artistic people. And I think that is something that's also instilled in me, just a little bit different. And we're just using our words instead of, maybe beating a drum or using a paintbrush. But yeah.
Oh, I love it. Now let's talk about Good Luck Sis. I love this.
Yes.
This is your podcast.
Yes, it
I just,
is.
first of all, I love, love, love the title.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about that and how it connects with your work in Tati's testimonies.
So, Good Luck Sis started January 2020, right before the pandemic. It was actually called Girlfriend's Guide podcast, but we had to change the name for some legal purposes. So we came to Good Luck Sis, which I love the name, so worked out perfectly. And I would say that happened probably 8 months before I started poetry. So I always say Good Luck Sis happened, and it got me used to using my voice. Granted, like, I wasn't writing, I wasn't performing back then, but I was getting into the feel of, oh, I can talk. I can perform, even though it's not like I'm performing in the traditional sense. Getting, as you know, with a podcast, getting in front of a mic, getting in front of the camera, turning it on, that's a performance in itself. So that definitely led me, I think, led me to have a smoother transition into poetry and performing and being able to use my words. And I think through both poetry and the podcast, my personality definitely comes alive. I think when people hear poetry often, they're thinking of something a little boring, something, which is why I love performing, because I bring those words alive. Like, it's not just words on a page. There's
Yes.
attitude there.
I
There's
can tell. Listen, I can tell already.
So Good Luck Sis definitely helps me get into that path. And it's also another way where I'm able to express myself creatively. It's not just, it's not that I just do poetry, I just perform. I'm an interviewer. I interview guests. And that has led me to be guests on other podcasts. Here I am. So I'm able to do multiple things in this realm because of Good Luck Sis. And shout out to my best friend Ellie, who is also my co-host.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you for that. So let's talk to the people who may be new to poetry, right? That's not their thing yet. Or even perhaps they may be a bit intimidated
Mm.
by what the poetry says, because it's always a statement, right?
Yes, always a secret.
Always. So what would you recommend they start with your work? What message do you hope that they take away once they are ingrained in your poetry?
That is a great question. I would say my poetry, and I want to say I do not have a background in writing. I am not the poet that knows all the poets in the world. Like, I'm not an avid reader. So I feel like I kind of don't fit the mold of a traditional poet, but I love that because I feel like my words, for me, doesn't go too deep where you have to analyze and dissect everything all the time. The words are on the paper, but it hits the point. When you read it, you're going to see what the message is. It's not any hidden clues or anything. It's right there in a creative way for you to interpret and get. I would say, specifically for my poetry, a lot of mine focuses on self love. And I didn't realize how much of mine focused on social injustices too. I think this is a form of my activism, which I definitely love that I have that ability to do. So if you are a person of color, if you are a Black person, or even if you're not, even if you're a white person and you understand the struggles and you're an ally to the minority, that my column will be for you. But we also dive into things like self-love, and there's just so many different subjects. And I feel like at least if one poem doesn't hit you, the next one will. Like, there's just so much of variety. I would also say, like I said, sometimes people just don't like words on a paper. It doesn't hit them. My Instagram, Thati's underscore testimonies, I have a lot of my pieces live. That's where my personality comes out. So with these words, so you can always dive into that as well if you just want to get a little taste of what is there to expect.
I love it. Oh my goodness. Now we are totally excited about this partnership. Number one, we've had a performing arts column since the inception, 2020. We also started March
Yes,
2020.
COVID babies.
Yes, exactly. And we've never had a consistent contributing author or
Mhm.
writer in performing art. So this is so exciting for us. We want to know what excites you most about this partnership.
Oh, I am so excited. I think what excites me more is the fact that my words get to touch more people. Like I said, although it's Tati's testimonies, everybody's testimonies. And I think being able to have more people read and find out who I am and feel like they're being able to relate to me, or like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one who feels this way. I think that's my biggest thing. Like, when you perform poetry, you love to hear the snaps and the claps, but you don't always get that, you know? So, but what really touches me is the people who come to me after, oh, I love that. That touched me. I can't believe, like, I've never knew someone else felt this way. Those are the things. So to be able to connect with other people, whether I know who they are or not, for them to be seen by someone that they don't know, to me, I'm just so excited for that. So excited for that.
Well, we are truly, truly excited to have you. You talked about some of the themes, such as self love, that you write about. What are some other topics that individuals may hear or read once they get into your column?
So definitely self-love, definitely romance, whether that's heartbreak, whether that's, oh, I found the one. Like I said, social justice, activism.
Hmm. Awesome.
Um, I am very, very, very big on that. And that was, like I said, unintentional. I didn't realize how much of my work resembled that. But definitely things like that. I have some lighthearted ones. I literally have one about Black girls and their satin bonnets,
Oh, yes.
and how you should embrace that. So definitely different areas. And I'm also excited too about, just going back to the last question, about this challenging me too, to be able to widen my net
Yeah.
and, break the mold and get out of my comfort zone and write about other things that I may not have written about in the past. So
Wow. I love it. Oh my goodness. So what advice would you give to someone who does have that creative passion, but just haven't either pursued it or afraid to pursue it?
I would say, number one, start writing. Like, all the poems I wrote in 2020 that no one has ever seen, I still go back to them to this day and be like, wow, that's where I started from. Just to see the progression over the past 5 years. But literally what I did, I was crying, anxiety. I'm just like, I just started writing. So just start, because you're never going to get to where you want to be if you don't start. And I would also say create a space for you with the people you want. Like, create a space that embodies what you're trying to be. And when I say that, I even mean as simple as Instagram. Like, when I wanted to take my poetry a little bit more seriously or just get it out more, I created a separate Instagram. And all of the people I follow, all the people who follow me, literally reflect the community I'm a part of. Yeah. And I think that's very important, because my regular Instagram or even the podcast, like, I would not think there's this much poetry in Boston.
Wow.
But it wasn't until I created intentionally that space to see what's around. And I was like, wow, it's not just me. There's a lot going on here. So sometimes don't think you're the only one, or like you're singled out. There's definitely a community. You just literally have to create it and then be a part of it.
I love it. Oh my goodness. So what do you hope for the future for Thati's Testimonies, and just your creative journey overall?
I hope that Thati's Testimonies is able to, my big long goal would be to have Thati's Testimonies be something that is known, whether that's just worldwide, countrywide, but something where people understand that this brand is to represent you. That if you need someone to create poetry for you, like, I would really love to get into, like, okay, I'm getting married, I want a love poem performed, or I want my vows created. Like, I would love to get into intentionally writing for other people and being able to take their ideas and creating my words and being able to give that to someone else. I would also love, and I think with Thati's Testimonies and just a little bit of the podcast side too, like, I have a personality, I have a voice, would love to expand into hosting. You know, where there's like, my long goal would be like, girl, I want to be Oprah. I would have my own show and host. I definitely want to get into community events and being able to host certain things, being able to throw certain events under the Thati's Testimonies brand of just not just poetry, but being able to create a safe space to have honest and real conversations and to help facilitate more people that look like me in this art space.
I love it. Well, you've named it now. You just need to claim it. That's it. I love. So, can we get a little taste? Can we just a little bit?
Is there any type of genre you would like to hear?
No, whatever your heart desires.
Okay, let me see. So this is something I literally just wrote probably 2 weeks ago. This is one of my kind of, like, you know, like I said, activist poems. But more so, it basically represents how me being a Black woman in today's society disrupts what the normal beauty standards are. So I'll just do like a little bit of it, just the beginning part. So this is called Disrupt. I was born to be a disruption, a 5'10", caramel skin, 230-pound disruption. I disrupt society's lie about beauty with the Blackness that is me. An outlier, one that's different than the rest. Even on my worst day, they couldn't touch me in their Sunday's best. A disruptor, one that destroys, confuses, and makes a mess. So confused on how I made it this far, going through life, acing every single test. With hair that defies gravity and skin that absorbs the sun. This beauty that is me has unveiled your imperfections one by one by one. You see the way my body contains different hues of the same color, curvatures that defy mathematical measures, DNA filled with the experiences of my ancestors. This Blackness that is me is the beauty standard they don't want us to discover. That's just a little piece of that.
Oh my goodness. This is what you have to look for, people. I love it. I love it. And we just feel so fortunate to have this, and it makes me really want to see you speak it. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
I am here. We can definitely make something work.
This is something. I love it. This is going to be an amazing partnership. Guys, you definitely check out her Instagram and go ahead and give them all the ways that they can connect with you and see all the wonderful things that you're doing.
All right. So once again, my name is Thati, but I go by Thati J creatively. If you want to go ahead and see clips of my performances, get to know me a little bit more, my page is Tatis_testimonies. Tatis is spelled THATIS_testimonies, TESTIMONIES. Also, if you want to go ahead and check out my podcast page, Good Luck Sis Pod is GoodLuckSis_pod. And yeah, that's a way you should definitely get to know me, see my personality. And I think once you see my personality, you'll be able to read the poems in a way that like really will hit you. So yeah, I definitely recommend go ahead and doing that.
I love it. Oh my goodness. Thati J, the newest family member to Vision and Purpose Lifestyle Magazine. We are super excited. Thank you, Thati. We all cannot wait until your first poem drops. And guys, this will be online as well as in our print issues. So this is really exciting. I'm looking forward to everything that she has to bring to us. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And to our audience, we thank you for joining us on this journey to explore the depths of Thati's vision and purpose. Your vision is the compass guiding you through life, and your purpose is the fuel that propels you forward. Keep dreaming, keep believing, and keep pursuing your purpose. Every step you take brings you closer to the fulfillment of that purpose. I am your host, Dr. Sharon H. Porter, and until next time, live life with vision and purpose. Thank you for joining another episode of Vision and Purpose Podcast. Please share, like, and subscribe. Please join us every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time.